Today we're going to look at a December of 1969 Schwinn Stingray Deluxe in the campus green color. This is one we're going to be putting up on eBay for a 7-day auction. So we're going to go over some of the parts that are original on the bike, a couple things have been changed, some other flaws, mechanical workings of the bike. So this is a 69, December of 69, being a December of 69 like we discussed before, so this is going to have a lot of parts from the next year, the 1970 parts, which typical. You had a frame that was made in the late in the year. Once it was dressed out, produced and ready to sell, you end up with a couple parts from the next year. And that goes true for this one here too. So these forks, the front forks were dated January 1970. The crank is also dated January of 1970. And then the neck and the handlebars were saying put months on those, but they're both dated 1970. So everything was matching 1970 on the bike as far as the core parts go, and then the frame is a December of 69. So everything looks right, matching on a typical production of our Schwinn late model bike. So here in 69, the frame, this is when they stretched the frame a little bit to fit the 46 tooth mag sprocket, which became standard equipment on the Stingrays. So in 68, the 5-speed and the crate had this size frame with the 52 tooth mag sprocket. And then in 69, they went ahead and stretched everything. And by stretching it, I mean they made the chain stay longer to accommodate the larger sprocket. So this was the end. This is where you saw the end of the Lucky 7 sprocket starting in 1969. So another thing in 69 that on the deluxe model, which this is a Stingray Deluxe, they had the glitter seats, the colorful seats they started putting on them, and this had it matched the hand grips here. And of course, still holding true to what they call a deluxe. It came with the fenders. And they started to get away from the big white wall, but you had the white line for the deluxe model on this 69 on that back tire. So we'll take a look at it. We'll start right here at this front wheel. So this front wheel's got the S7 stamp date code on it, and that's got a Schwinn West Wind. That's a USA made tire. That's got the nice Schwinn script on the front hub. And then that back wheel is a S2 Schwinn tubular back wheel, and that's all stamped. It's not a center stamp. They're away from the center stamp by then, but it's on the edge. And that's got the Bendix 70 model hub and brakes. That's a 70 USA. It's not the Mexico. It's got the 70 USA stamped on it. And it's got this nice USA gripper slick with the white line tire on it, like we mentioned before. And that's a USA made tire, not a reproduction. And so with the deluxe, as this is, so this had the fenders on it. No, it went to started rolling the edge on the chromes and started calling this the safety edge fender on that. Now this front fender, this is a replacement front fender, but this is a heavy duty period correct fender, but this is not the style that would have been on this. The style that came on this Stingray would have been the one without the fender brace. The fender that was on it was damaged bad, it was dented, and so I ended up putting one on it that's got the fender brace on it. So that's a replacement, not correct style for this bike, but it's a nice looking fender, heavy duty. This is not a cheap reproduction. So it just has the fender brace, where the correct one would not have had the fender brace on it. Of course, it's got the Schwinn Union pedals, and these pedals here, they haven't taken quite the beating that you typically see. You can still see the Schwinn cross on them. That's nice to find them like that. And of course, that's where the bikes, a lot of times, when they fall, it's going to be scratched up right there. So all the mechanical's working really good on this bike. You've probably seen this front wheel's been spinning for a while now. Everything's working good there. You see that back wheel, just from a little movement, it's rocking back and forth. We'll go ahead and start it up, and I'm gonna brake it, and I'm gonna let it go again. We'll talk a little bit about the condition of the bike. As you can see right here, so this bike had a lot of surface rust on it. So we went through these areas, we wet sanded it, and so this is kind of the result of wet sanding these high surface areas that had rust on them. So you kind of get a primer, silver base coat, bare metal look when you remove all that, everything that's raised. So we have several spots throughout the finish on this bike that look like that. Now you kind of have some up here, which when we take it down, you'll see that better. And like right here, you kind of see that silver base coat coming through right there. And that's more just from natural age and wear, where you have these spots of discoloration. It can be more from the oxidation. Now, what the good thing about this bike is a lot of that ended up underneath the bike. And when we bring it down and put it on the street before I take it for a ride, I'll pick it up so you can see what I'm talking about. So I had to do a lot of work on that sanding, but it's underneath the bike where, unless you turn the bike upside down, you really can't see it. So it was kind of like in between here in these bars. And to me, that kind of tells me that it was mud, that somebody rode the bike and it got covered with mud on the bottom, and it was never cleaned off, which caused more rusting on the bottom than the rest of the bike. Because as you can see, these are original decals. These aren't replacement decals. So for this bike to hold true to its decals like that is really nice. And then after we wet sanded it, smoothed out all the rust, and we clear coated over it. So a lot of times when you get these bikes, these original decals, if they haven't been protected, first time you wash it, you'll wash your decals right off. And some of you that probably fell victim of that and really felt bad afterwards. But this one's been clear coated, so you can wash this bike. You're not just gonna wipe those decals right off. So it's all been protected, which also protects the bare metal spots where we've removed the rust, so it won't rust on you again. So it's got a nice smooth finish, but it captures the appearance and the condition of the bike, as it was found. So we covered the seat, we covered the tires, the wheels, the crank, what's original. Some of the hardware was replaced. We talked about what's all original, not original. So we updated some hardware on here, but it's got the original hardware on the chain guard, the wheel set. This is the original 60-bar brackets. And as far as everything like that, the bare metal parts, we just kind of did like a light clean, light sanding on it, because it kind of had some rusted areas on it too. And so with that, you always get some chrome loss, and you kind of see it. Well, you can see it most on this front wheel right here. So you kind of get that discoloration, but all that to me, that all kind of matches the condition of the paint. So it really looks good on this bike. And you got a little bit of that on the handlebars, on the front. It kind of, so everything flows, everything matches. Nothing looks out of place on this bike. It's not like you have one really shiny spot and then the rest of the bike has the vintage look. So everything matches. You can tell everything aged and tarnished together. And so now we've got it captured and preserved, for the next owner. All right, well, we're gonna take it down and take it for a quick ride, and hopefully it'll give all bidders confidence on what they're bidding on. Thank you. All right, so we got the bike down. We're gonna take it for a quick ride, just to show some weight on it, show it riding. But before we go, we're gonna take a close-up look here. We got it out of the rack, point out some of these flaws we were talking about. So here's your two little imperfections on the seat. So you got one right there, and then you got one right there. Other than that, that's a nice original vinyl seat. And then some of that oxidation and rust we were talking about that we removed. You can see the heaviest part had got in between the bars here, and so the top and the decals weren't damaged from it, but you can see it was right in there. And I'm gonna lift the bike up because the worst part was underneath the bike, which is kind of convenient because you can't see it unless the bike's upside down. But as you see right in there, looks like to me mud got in there. Someone left it for a long time, and that's why you have rust underneath. But then the top of the bike and the decals all look really nice on the bike. Original decals, original paint. All right, so I'm gonna take it for a quick ride. Just gonna go down, come right back like we normally do, just to show the bike operate. And if you got any questions, feel free to email us, and good luck with your bidding. Thank you.